I'm tired of the injustice. Another one gone, died at the hands of these cops. I'm tired of it. What's your take on this matter? Being a woman of black ethnicity, I can relate, I understand that. And I'm sorry and I ask for comfort, to the loved ones of the ones that died. However, my take on that, you know, is to follow Christ. It's Christ's way. That's my only take on that. That's my choice that I choose. Come on, there's no in between. There's no Christ way. It's either you for the blacks or you for the whites. Which one you gonna choose? I know what they're doing is wrong, but Christ says, "Do not pay evil for evil." I'll tell you exactly which one I choose.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? My name is Tay, and welcome back to my channel, Inspire Me, where I talk about current or relatable topics, all from a godly perspective. And today's topic is called, Which Side Are You Choosing? Now, I really wasn't going to talk about this first. Okay, I'm asking God for wisdom to talk about this subject because it's very, sensitive, especially with it happening right now and just happening in general. So, I'm praying, I come across, the righteous way. Now, to bring up the subject with, George, um, I don't know how I forgot this man's last name. But, yeah, to bring that situation up, first I would like to, pray God, give comfort to his family members, to his daughter, to anybody that he's related to, a loved one, or even just people in general who who's black and they're dealing with racism or they just want to support. So I'm praying that God comfort them. But the way to pretty much end, I'm gonna say, racism and just and evilness in general, you have to pray. You feel me? By you rioting and getting upset and angry, it's not solving anything. But let me just get into the scenario, not the scenario, but the more into. I've seen and heard a couple of people that are African American, and they were racist. The stuff they said, it's like, or did, it's like, yeah, that's racist. You feel me? So it's not just uh, Caucasian people that are racist. There's some African Americans that are racist, and it's not even just them in general. It could be different races. You feel me? If somebody is of a, I'm just say transgender or homosexual. God hates the sin, but He loves the sinner. And if you're heterosexual and you label that person, oh, they're trying to be somebody they're not, or they're transgender, or they're homosexual, you're being racist. If you're pretty much judging them and trying to beat them, abuse them, you're being racist. You feel me? Now, I'm not saying you can't talk to them about the love of Christ, and try to win them over. And if they choose to be won over, okay, that's a great thing. But if they don't, then you did your part. But if you're trying to bash and beat them into submission, you're being racist. You feel me? So you gotta start looking at like, oh, the Caucasians, they're doing injustice. Oh, I'm tired of my black people being oppressed and this and that. Like I said, I'm not trying to take light of the situation with our African Americans, because it is indeed injustice. Especially, first of all, I'm happy that those men that did that, the police that did that, they're pretty much sentenced. You feel me? They're gonna get what's due to them for doing that injustice. So thank God for that. But the thing that kind of like, I ain't gonna say bothered me, it don't really bother me now, but when I know for a fact that what was the man's name that killed, wasn't it Trayvon Martin, George Zimmerman? You feel me? There's so many things that show that he was guilty even after the fact. Like several things he did is like, yeah, you don't see what he's doing. Now, you don't think that he still did it? You feel me? On purpose? And they let him go. You feel me? Now, I think he needs to get justice, but at the end of the day, the only thing we can do is pray. You feel me? God is the righteous judge. You feel me? God is the judge, not us. Even the people that we classify as a judge, God put them in place for us to respect them, but he is the judge. You feel me? It's not for us to take matters into our own hands. And I've seen so many states and different things, like so much riots and messing up businesses. Do you realize that by you messing up several businesses, it's like, are you thinking about other people? What if they use that business to go in there and get themselves something to eat, or buy them some clothes, or just essentials that they need? Like, are you thinking about that? Are you thinking about the people that's working there? Because, like I said, just because one person or a couple of people did injustice doesn't mean that all races or all people are the same. So are you thinking about those people that's running their business as well? You're not. And like, okay, you know what the perfect response I got when people say, "Oh, who do you choose?" Like, you gotta pick a side. Okay, I'm gonna show you what side I pick. I'm gonna turn it. Well, actually, I don't have to turn it to the Bible. It's gonna I'm gonna have to turn the page. All right, it's gonna come from Joshua the 24th chapter, verse 15. I'm not gonna turn it to the Bible because it's a short scripture. And it says, "And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served, that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Now, that clears up that pretty much. You feel me? That question, like, oh, who do you choose? The side that I choose is Jesus Christ. I don't have a side to say, oh, I'm for the blacks because I'm black. You feel me? Like I said, there's injustice that's going on, but God don't look at skin color. He loves everybody. He died for everybody. That brings me to mind of a video I did a while ago. I think it was called Correction. All lives matter. So if I remember, I'll make sure I link that also in my description. But all color matters to God. You feel me? God hates the sin, but he loves the sinner. Now, I'm not saying if you're, born again to win them over. Of course, if you're not born again, you can't win them over, but you don't deal with it by hatred. So I'm praying that God, save you, because a lot of people think, oh, we gotta, march and protest. You do all this unnecessary stuff to pretty much fight for injustice, but are you taking the necessary steps to get your soul right? You see all the people bond together. Didn't people say about social distancing, about the coronavirus? But you see so many people getting together as if the virus isn't even going on. Now I understand they have masks, but there's hundreds and thousands of people getting together to pretty much march for injustice. The only marching that we should be doing is on our knees. March to that floor and drop down and get on your knees and pray. You feel me? That's only pretty much protesting that we should do. Protest to God and say, God, I don't like this injustice. I don't like how these African Americans are being slain at the hands of policemen or, Caucasians. Vent to God. Tell God how you feel. And it's not to say, talk to God and, okay, let me just ask God to, hurt them or wipe them all out. No, because you're still being evil. You feel me? You're still having an evil heart. You feel me? Just because you're not doing it personally, you still have an evil heart. You feel me? And in the past, I wouldn't talk about the situation, like situations like in the past that was like touchy. It was like I wanted to stay, what's the word? like lay low. I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want certain people to like look at me or to have something to say or a uproar to start. You feel me? So I would just be quiet and I'll feel a certain way, but I want to voice my opinion just because I just don't want, people to view me in that light. And, I just wanted to, I didn't want to be, you know what I mean? But now it's like God, He don't want me to be quiet. You feel me? Like I said, in a lot of videos, it's like in Ezekiel 33, when it says, if you know something, okay, alert the people or the blood will be on your hands. You feel me? Now, if they turn from it, then you did your job. If they don't turn from it, you still did your job. The blood's not on your hand. It's on their hand because you told them. So I have to do my part and just tell the people. You feel me? If they choose to obey, that's a great thing. If they choose not to obey, then I did my part. You feel me? So like I said, I'm not saying this to, you know, make it seem like, black lives don't matter, because they do. All lives actually matter. You feel me? Not all police are the same. Not all, Caucasians are the same. You feel me? And not all black people are the same. You don't want people to classify you and, put you down, put you in the same category as another black person that might have did wrong. Okay, then. You have to have the exact same mindset. So that's the side that I choose. I choose to serve God. I choose what's right. You feel me? I choose what God chooses. So I'm praying that you choose what God chooses as well. So that's pretty much all I had to say today. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel, y'all. Have a blessed day.